So, good morning. How's it going? It's Thursday. Completely crazy. This week has just kind of disappeared. Hey, Michal, Guru, Paul Trefal. Glad to have you guys here. Actually, Guru, I don't know if you're a guy. I know Paul is a guy, and Michal, obviously. Lurib, good morning. Maybe you're a lady. Have you seen Bill Burr? His Monday morning podcast. I love it. I love it when you can hear him look away and say, "Ladies." Oh, it's so good. I love his kind of humor. It's so stupid and aggressive but funny, in a good way. He laughs a lot about himself. And stuff. I love Bill Burr. His his comedy is good. It's a bit out there, but it's funny. Oh, really? Serious Sam in VR. That must have been intense and giving you seasickness. There had to be so much peripheral and all these things. Must be crazy. All right, topic time. Throw me some topics this way. There. I want the topic there. Hey, Elithenia. Good morning. Old age L'Oreal Beast. L'Oreal. That's the skin cream. Toad Merchant, Rage Active, Swamp Dweller, Deadbeat Wizard Cat. Pff, please be number 4. Owl, Nordic Forest Gnome. Number 4, come on. Ah, so close. Number 5. And number 5 is Owl. Oh boy, I saw that ages ago, like a flavor, whatever. Um, it looked so good. For me, it looks great, but then like uh, um, then they kind of, by the looks of things, tried to struggle. Um, and I guess that's why it was delayed. I mean, I could draw that owl, but I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time in development. Actually, let's take this in another direction. Let's make it like steampunk. Steampunk owl. Gonna just try to sketch it out a bit. Maybe it has a. I wonder if where the owl's heart is. Yeah, I heard that it's great that it's getting good reviews. It looked like a really cool like Zelda candidate back in the days when they first showed it. I was like, oh wow, yeah. Then it seemed to turn quite gimmicky, which um, which I disliked. I dislike when they turn it into gimmicky stuff games. Like they're trying too hard to make something out of it, like some special feature or some gimmicky gameplay mechanic. I hate it. I rather enjoy it when they focus on game how it feels to play the game rather than all the gimmicky things you can do. Like Super Metroid, for example. That game had a really great kind of evolution of gameplay gimmicks. Like you unlocked new parts as the further you went along, but the core was still there and really good, well made. Like the feeling of jumping and the precision and all these things was so like well made, well configured that like that was the core of the game. A lot of games they just have these kind of silly mechanics just to sell. Hello, Mr. Punka. Hey, G Buffer. Michal, no. Play a monster in Viking era. That sounds like nothing I've heard about. Is it like realism or is it cartoony or Project White? Um, Paul Treffel, yeah, I have to agree. Owlboy, I haven't seen. I want to kind of look into it again. It looked cool. Hopefully they have um, managed to fix it or save it rather. Uh, G buffer. How I design a character. Well, it's a long explanation. Um, I had a character design class where I went through the whole process and thinking, and my lectures at workshops where I discuss concept design or character design. But to make it like really really short, it's about thinking of it in abstract shapes and making it work initially to teach your brain to make it work in that stage to like make a composition of good shapes, and then you trace those shapes with line art and make sense out of them so that you understand the process of like shapes versus function. But like in essence, it's all about designing some shapes together as a whole that reads well, and where there's a good rhythm of like shape language of the actual shapes you put in, versus a value design where the value design that you fill the shapes with reads as a whole and well. Right, I will have to Google that Project White then. Oh yeah. I saw that the poster for it, like some monster sitting on a stone, like in a moody forest. Good morning, Bjork. Or, well, it is theoretically morning for you now, 4 in the morning. Um, but yeah, Gbuffer. I don't have anything online at the moment where I go through it, but I'm thinking of recording my lecture and selling my lecture, because I have all the slides and I just don't have the audio recorded. Maybe that would be a interesting thing to like start my Patreon with. Maybe. Hey, dear Bart. Good morning. It's I'm gonna try to make a steampunk owl. Oh, that's cool, Björk. That's great. Good with the day off. Sorry, I'm going a bit quiet here. Became like really focused on the pattern. As always, like I feel myself going quiet by just like sitting and looking intently. It must be a bit weird to observe, but yeah, sorry about that. That's cool, Kura on the rib. In December, um, at the end of December, I usually don't do any art, but most likely I will stream most of December and towards Christmas possibly, but most of December I'll do my daily stream. Um, and the lecture I might actually have it available soon. Um, I was thinking about the whole like releasing my lecture or selling my lecture. It's first of all, it's a contract done with CGMA, even though I own the rights to them. It feels a bit weird, and I don't want to like accidentally create some legal issues. And and also don't want the videos themselves being downloadable, because in CGMA it was kind of like a locked web page, so people couldn't download them, or at least it was a hard time downloading them. Like my worry is like I release the video and everyone has those videos and not caring about helping me, you know, because people definitely do that. But I'm contemplating on having a Patreon where at least the lecture, because that's not the whole class in per se, and it's not like a video. It's going to be a video, but not like the whole class. But it's going to be rundown of the theory. I don't know. My concern is just having those videos being offered. You know, like who can stop someone from sharing them? That would, you know, it would suck. Unfortunately, those are the things you got to think about, because some people are not always very honest. Or like have the common decency to support the original author. They're just download it, you know, even though, you know, I don't know. Lou Rib, yeah, definitely. I just need to kind of figure out how to set it up. But I'm thinking Patreon. I think it's could be a great way of helping both me economically and people. Obviously, money is a part of the equation. If they wouldn't be, I would be lying. Everyone is always concerned about money, and obviously, I do this stream and talk about theory and all these things for free. So I was thinking, you know, Patreon would be a cool addition to you know, try to make some money and also help at the same time. Yeah, steampunk is fun. I did my whole steampunk Star Wars series. I started them 8 years ago. Still love them. Still fun. I have like Darth Maul unfinished. I haven't finished him yet. But yeah, it's funny. I want to do more characters for that series. Like Kylo Ren, and I just don't have time for it at the moment, but I will definitely try my best to, when I do have more spare time, most likely next year sometime, I will definitely start doing my steampunk Star Wars series again. Kuro, you'll be surprised if you're reading comments, like comments on what's that? Reddit, everyone has very salty comments about steampunk. Especially like, you know, a lot of people post my steampunk Star Wars everywhere on the internet, and I usually now and then read comments, but it's never a good idea. You will just feel bad about it. You're like, ah, oh, damn it. People are so hateful. Georg, yeah, it was a week challenge, I think, 1 week challenge. I just kind of stumbled into that thread, and by click, what I used to do at that time was I just opened a bunch of threads to see, um, just kind of content surfing, like trying to find some cool stuff that um, might interest you. Like in the mornings it was during the time I worked at Sega, and during the morning we came in a bit extra early because I went in with my boss, and we carpooled. So we always ended up being early in the office because he had to do shit, and he didn't like to stay late. So we went in early and left early, but we always came in a little bit extra early. So I had a cup of coffee and always content served, like CG Hub and CG Society and all these things. And one of those threads were that, and I was like, oh, that's a cool topic. So I had a look at the reference, and the reference was kind of meager. It wasn't all that amazing. It was like, what was his name? Silo, his mannequins, or like toys or whatever they were, and some random Yoda Sea Admiral reference or whatever. Like it wasn't a lot of cool references. So I thought, well, why not? Let's do a little project where I draw some steampunk. Hey, I paint creatures. How's it going? Welcome. Anyway, so I thought, like, well, why not? Why not help them out a bit? So I started sketching, and just started flooding that topic, and like sketch after sketch of like C3PO, Luke Skywalker. No, not Luke Skywalker. Princess Leia, Chewbacca. I think, and that topic was like a weekly challenge. They had to model something for a week. I think it ended up being for like 2 month challenge or something. People just kept on doing submissions, and I'm quite sure that a lot of people who did models from my concepts, they also got a shitload of traffic, because there's one guy, I don't remember his actual name, but he did Steampunk Leia, but slightly modified for my design. Like there wasn't like that they had to follow my design completely. Take inspiration from it. But yeah, his Steampunk Leia was also circulating a lot, and still is. It's fun to see. Lou Rib, I'm not on Polycount active. I used to go look at the weekly thread. This is what I'm up to. We used to post on Polycount when I was working on my game. I was doing a game together with a friend of mine called Thomas Pazika, and a couple of guys that helped develop the game called. They have a company called Simian Squared, and then we used to post on Polycount, because we used pixel art, but in a 3D engine. So then we used to post there, but I'm not like active on that forum. Um, Going to forums have slipped from my daily routine since CG Hub died. Um, I have a hard time going to pages and looking for art. I mean, ArtStation is slowly creeping into my daily routine, but it's far from daily. But I do enjoy it. I think it's healthy to be inspired, but I just don't have it like routinely daily venture like I used to. I think it's important, at least to kind of keep track on what's interesting, to stay relevant in that sense. You know, at least gauge the market, what other artists are doing, their latest piece of art. Um, I were in a few dominance wars. Yeah, yeah. It was good fun. I want to do more, but I think I got third place in a sub competition. Um, Went to like semi-final or whatever you could class it as on Dominance War 4. I think I helped out with the graphics for the next Dominance War. Um, I don't remember, but it was fun. I liked Dominance War. It was good fun. For people who don't know what Dominance War was, it was a um, competition between forums. So each forum had its own kind of banner, and the users had to compete under the banner of the forum. So like you were a CG Hub competitor, etc. And it was a theme, and everyone um, had to do their best to like win, right? It was pretty cool. It was a cool idea. Massive undertaking though. But it was nice. Yeah, it was for CG Hub. G-Buffer, yeah, I did a pixel art game called The Other Brothers. Hey, Datatronic. Datatronic did some illustrations for that game. Some kick-ass illustrations that became marketing art. Yeah, I love Dado's style. Good stuff, Dado. Jordy, there's definitely too many bikini chicks with swords. I think that's something you can never kind of escape from. Unfortunately. I used to stream when I was doing The Other Brothers. I used to stream pixel art, making pixel art. On another account on a website called Livestream. But I moved to Twitch. It was better platform. Lurib, yeah, Polycon's a great forum. Draw crowd, yeah, there's just all boobs, tits and ass constantly. But it's expected. It's it's a Korean forum, isn't it? Ilari, yeah. Definitely Ilari. Forums have died off, I think, unfortunately. Um, G buffer, what do you mean if I know anyone that could? I don't really understand that. I think it was Feng Zhu or was it Feng? Yeah, it must have been Feng's. Or someone of those famous people. Well, time is running out. I have to do my blocking. Oh, help you with pixel art. There's probably a lot of info on internet. Just Google it. But the basics of it is the same. Design something. You have to think about the shapes, but you just need to be more conscious about what shapes and colors you use because it's you have less to work with and you need to make it very readable. But also take the whole game in consideration, like with colors and shapes, so that you don't make the characters too similar or that they melt into the world that you're drawing. Um, Lurib, yeah, yeah. One evening stream and one morning stream. The evening stream is like all smooth jazz, and I have to drink some whiskey, so I have like a suave rasp and putting everyone to sleep. No, but that's definitely a good idea. Cheers for that. I will definitely use it. Use that idea. Alright, this is my owl. Let's give it just a warm tint. There you go. Actually, one last little change. Have to make those lenses. Right, there's an owl. Electro jazz, yeah. Michal, yeah, definitely. Friday streams with a glass of wine or beer is a fun way to make time fly. It's just lately I've been too busy with freelance. It's been really eating my time. It's two big projects I have to finish. But after that, I'll definitely have way more Friday streams. It's already um, like on my wish list. um, well, thanks for the topic, Guru. It was fun to draw a steampunk owl. Um, anyways, have a good evening, good morning, good day. See you tomorrow morning. Um, have a good one. All right, bye everyone. As you see, now the importance of a outro. Outro music. All right, anyways, bye.